Hey, what's going on, folks? It's another great day to go through some pocket change, see if we find anything worth more than face value, or hopefully you'll take away from the video some tips on what to look for. Jump over to my website, varietyerrors.com. It's all free. So, worst case, you're like, hey, I wasted some time reading articles. But it's all free, and it includes a tool where you can look up your serial numbers and see more information, and in some cases, the value range of that serial number. Let's get into it. Series 2017A, I don't see anything jumping out on the front. Little bit of a shifted print on the back. Now, unless they're riding really down on the edge one way or the other on the note, then they're not going to be worth any over face value. I'll take this and let me get this kind of, what the heck is going on here? We'll get to it. We'll spin them around as we go. Why not? Beat up $1 bill, 2013 series. Now keep in mind with 2013 $1 bills, if you come across a B series 2013, then those have the possibility, if they're a star note, of being a duplicate. They had an error at the BEP, they screwed up, and they printed quite a bit of them twice. So the serial numbers are actually duplicated. It's really rare to find a pair. I think there's only like 20 some odd pairs that have been found, but they're worth an exponential premium. And not to mention, it's just really cool. You can go to Project 2013B. I'm not affiliated with them, but they track that whole dealio. So really neat site. Yeah, a little coffee stain on the old bottom there, but nothing else to talk about. 2017, this one's nice and beat up. That's the majority of the bills we come across. Only difference on these is the signatures at the bottom. Nothing's changed with $1 notes since the early 60s, when they added "In God We Trust" to the back of the note. Keep an eye out around the broken pyramid, or unfinished pyramid is probably the better way to say it, and the other portions of the Great Seal. So all these kind of, allusions to the number 13. The arrowheads, the olive leaf in its leaf, or olive branch in its leaf, whatever you want to call it, and the crest with the eagle behind it. So all those intricate detail points can definitely be places where you can find errors and ink smears and stuff. And $20 bills, I won't kill you with information on those, we'll just kind of go over it. I have a bunch of bill searches. You can check those videos out where I grab 20s out of the ATM. It's one of my favorite things to do for banknote hunting because it's easy, You just grab them out of the ATM, and worst case, you just deposit them back in if you don't find anything. 777s on the end, kind of cool. They consider that a lucky note to some people, but I don't collect those unless they have more of a collectible serial number. Yeah, nothing going on there. 2013 series. Yeah, a little bit of damage down here. Keep an eye out around the anti-counterfeiting measures on 5s, as well as, I guess, other denominations. There's watermarks and things of the like. Those areas, just due to the process that's used to print them, give way to a lot of errors, ink-related primarily, and sometimes shifted prints and stuff. But keep an eye out there. Little stray ink. Usually when you see this little dotting of ink and stuff, all this little crud, that's a wet ink transfer. Meaning that when they made this bill, or the sheet of notes, they cut them very quickly, they print them very quickly, and they might just be slightly damp still. That'll transpose some of the ink over to another sheet, or onto other banknotes, generally speaking from the obverse of one to the reverse of another, vice versa, because they stack them. So that's generally if I could speak, that is generally what that is from. Sometimes if it's like a full smear, it's obscuring other parts of the note, then you might be sitting on some value. All right, enough of that, right? Enough blabbing on. $10 notes, we'll see a redesign in those first. 2017A, nothing crazy. Look at the color-changing ink portions, though. If they're really dark, then you might have yourself an error. Hey! Man, I've had some fans... Man, I've hit a couple of star notes lately, so that's something I won't complain about. Mainly with star notes, if they're a company with a fancy serial number, then they can be worth a heightened value. But right now, generally speaking, a lot of star notes are going to be worth just the face value. Now, there is another error atop of the variety that is the star note. If you have a filled-in star, a filled star error is a print error where too much ink was laid down, and you guessed it, it'll look like the star is filled. Those can have a heightened value over face value as well. Now, I hold on to every star note if I can, unless it's a really high denomination or I got grocery money and stuff like that that's needed. But I love star notes. Over time, I think they're going to go up in value as they are not needed anymore with newer print technology. So I hold on to all of them. Plus, I'm going to look it up at the end of this video on my Banknote search tool on my website, and we can look up some more information. Nothing going on there. A little bit shifted down, but nicely printed on the back. Also keep an eye out around lettering. Sometimes you can get some blurring and smudges going on since the printing process is so quick, especially for $1 and $2 bills. Nothing else. Whoops, scrapping more than one note there. 2017A, I believe was the one, right? 2017. Too much damage on the back to really tell, plus it's been wet. I can tell with this one as well. You can tell by discoloration. It's nothing to do with print. This one was also folded multiple times. And it's pretty much lost all durability to it. So despite the fact that it's also relatively new, a 2013 $1 note, it's pretty much end of life as far as the condition scale is concerned. Getting down there, I mean, we got about 20 bucks left, mostly ones, so we'll kind of take that away from it, that maybe we'll find some cool one action. We did have a star note already. Another 2017, missing a lot of ink on the front from use. Don't be confused by that. When you see, a lot of cases it rubs ink just in usage off of primarily the edges of the bill and then the center, because people love to fold them, and wallets even, it might be a curve, but it's pretty much folded up. So generally speaking, when you're missing ink in the middle, it's not really a misprinted bill. It's generally just post-production damage, so don't get confused by that. Nothing going on there. A little bit of free glitter or something. Well, guess where that's probably been. Nothing else. This little thumbprint looking thing is just excess ink from the front of the notes from Washington, his lapel, kind of bleeding through. Last but not least, a little bit more money than I thought. I'll straighten it up here so you're not having to see me do that a million times. 0501, April 1st, April Fool's Day of the year 5843. It's actually a little bit of a stuck digit note with the 4 and 3 sitting a little hair low. Now, if it's dramatic, the digits are up or down, noticeably askew. Those can get a little bit over face value, 10-15%. Depending on how dramatic the shift is. 2021 series, so newer series of $10 bill. However, we are going to get that redesign soon. Last $4. Thanks for sticking with me. Make sure you put in the comments what you've been coming across lately. Some really good repetition here. 2s, 8s. Would have been nice to just have a binary note there with 2s and 8s. Those are pretty collectible. Nothing else jumping out there. 2013 series bill. And nothing on the front of that guy. Nothing on the back. Last two, we'll just knock them out together. Let's zoom out a hair. There we go. Starting with this one on the bottom. 2017 A series. Kind of some neat repetition going on, but I'm not going to hold on to that. Back of the bill, like I said, keep an eye out around the Great Seal with the unfinished pyramid and the eye, and the crest and the eagle here. Nothing going on that bad boy. Front of this one, same dealio and the serial number, nothing fancy about it or collectible. Reverse of the bill, some free gunk, so somebody stepped on it at one point or whatever. So it's hard to tell with condition if anything's going on the reverse anyway. Small find, a nice little $1 star note, Series 2017A. Let's take a look at this serial number on my website, varietyerrors.com, and see if anything cool, extra information, or any value is to this star note. Let's check it out. All right, so we're here on VarietyErrors.com. We're going to click right here on Lookup Banknote Serial Number. It'll load us over to this screen pretty quickly. If you don't see that and you're on mobile or tablet or something, there's always this menu bar at the top here. You can click Serial Number Tool, which is highlighted right now. Scroll down just a little bit past the instructions, and it's pretty straightforward. So we'll put in this star note. Let me grab it real quick. There we are. It is a 2017A $1 bill. Serial number B07790094 star. If you want to click the little camera on your mobile phone or tablet and scan your note, it is AI backed and it will pull the serial number. If it doesn't, though, just input it and click check note. And then it should render it very quickly. You're here on the Variety Errors Rarity Aggregator, or VERA, as I've called it. It'll give you a unique ID to your search, so it's unique to every serial number it searches. It's always a new ping to all the databases. It confirms everything: series year, denomination, serial number, confirms against records that it is a true star note. Federal Reserve Bank, New York. Production volume, it's a standard star run of 3.2 million. The rarity scarcity index, that goes from red to green, green being rare, red being standard. Fancy serial number type, there's none in this serial number. And the market estimate is going to be face value. So just kind of a general range for ones that have similar serial numbers that have sold across the net. Now down here for that block of serial numbers, it'll show also any known errors. So in this case, modern quality, check for gutter folds or insufficient inking on the green and black seals. There's no known errors or none known, but check for the major stuff: ink smears, miscuts, or overprints. And then this will take you to a bunch of videos on currency right here on my website. There I am. You can see that mug there, but breaks down all the different videos I've uploaded recently. You can also load more and see a bunch of stuff here on the site. Watch videos and learn all about how to grade your currency after you find those valuable ones. Also, encyclopedias and my free downloadable error coin price guide. Let me know in the comments what you've been coming across, what you think about this AI-backed banknote lookup tool. Hopefully it's useful for you. Worst case, it's free. Let me know in the comments. I will see you there. And until next time, happy treasure hunting, folks.